Hello, good morning dear kids. Welcome back to our social science class. And in the last chapter of our history, we had discussed about the significant features of Indus Valley civilization, that is between 2700 to 1750 BCE. See, between the time span of 600 BCE and 400 BCE, great changes had been observed in the social, economical and political life of the people in the Indian subcontinent. So several large kingdoms came up, and so in today's chapter, let us take a closer look at the emergence of the Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. Remember, Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. See, till about 3000 years ago, the people living together in a community used to select a chief or for a leader from among them to lead them and protect them. So transition from a pastoral, what is pastoral? Grazing of sheep or cattle. So transition from a pastoral to settled agricultural society resulted in territorial expansion of the Janas. What is Janas? Janas means group of people. Yes. And it led to the rise of small kingdoms or Janapadas. So let us learn more about the rise of these new kingdoms. So the first one is Janapadas. So what is Janapadas? The word, it's very simple to understand. Listen me. The term Janapadas means, or the Janapada means the area where the Jana means group of people or the community, sets its foot and settled down. So Jana means group of people, Pada means foot. So Janapada means the group of people or the community sets its foot and settled down. So you can have a look into these photographs. Okay, see, archaeological excavations at different sites such as Purana Quilla, that is Delhi, then Hastinapur near Meerut, then Atranjikhera near Etah, have indicated that these sites must have been part of the Janapadas. And the material remains from these sites suggest that people domesticated animals and cultivated different crops. And you can see here, see, the remains of the painted grey ware have also been excavated from these sites. People owed strong allegiance to the Janapada or the territory to which they belonged. Okay, see, these Janapadas got their name from the ruling clan. Okay, the rulers of these Janapadas undertook conquest and performed rituals like the Ashwamedha Yajna. I will explain about the same. Ashwamedha Yajna for the expansion of their kingdom. Hence, the kings gained importance and their post became hereditary. So you can have a look into this picture. This is what? Ashwamedha Yajna. Okay. See, the Ashwamedha Yajna was an important ritual mentioned in the Vedic literature. Okay. So it was performed by a king. Listen, the Ashwamedha Yajna was performed by a king for what? To demonstrate and establish his power. So in this ritual, a horse was let loose to wander in any direction freely for about a year. Okay. The territory in which the horse was let to pass without any obstruction would come under the rule of the king, those who performing the yajna. So if the horse was stopped at any of the kingdoms, Okay, a war was fought between the ruler of the kingdom and the king performing the yajna to decide who gets the rule of the kingdom. So this is what Ashwamedha Yajna. So many rituals followed on the return of the horse, and the power and authority of the king was established. So gradually the king was given a divine status. The king was given a divine status. Various rituals and sacrifices like Ashwamedha Yajna, then Rajasuya and Vajapeya. Okay, so Rajasuya and Vajapeya. Do you know what is Rajasuya? See, Rajasuya means it is associated with the consecration. What is consecration? Consecration means declaration of a king. So this is prescribed as a means to establish a king's sovereignty. So it involves a chariot drive, then the king shooting arrows from his bow, and a brief cattle ride, etc. And Vajapeya, what is Vajapeya? So this is a yajna. In this yajna, 7 horses were tied in chariot. Okay. The other chariots were also pressed into races, and after its victory, then king and his wife sit down on the victorious chariot, and both travel to long defined place. Okay, so various rituals and sacrifices like Ashwamedha, Rajasuya and Vajapeya were carried out to impress the people. It is for impressing the people with the increasing power and prestige of the king. The expansion of Janapadas created large territorial states or Mahajanapadas. Remember, the expansion of the Janapadas created large territorial states, that is known as Mahajanapadas. So, now let us learn about Mahajanapadas. See, by about the 6th century BCE, many Janapadas became large and powerful enough to be categorized as the Mahajanapadas. So information from Buddhist and Jain literature of the period talk about the existence of 16 Mahajanapadas between 600 BCE and 400 BCE. Let's have a look into this. The 16 Mahajanapadas were, here you can see, Cambodia, Gandhara, Kuru, then Shurasena, Matsya, Panchala, Vamsha, Kosala, Malla, Vaji, Kasi, Magadha. It's very famous. Okay, Magadha, Anga, Chedi, Avanti and Ashmaka. Most of the Mahajanapadas had a seat of power or capital city. So you can see here, these were at times fortified with wooden, stone or brick walls to offset any danger of an outside attack. Now let us see the types of government in Mahajanapadas. See, the Mahajanapadas were either republics called Gana or Sangha. The republics were called Gana or Sangha or monarchy. Okay, so the republics consisted of either a single tribe such as the Shakyas, Kolyas and Mallas, or a confederacy of tribes such as the Vajis and Yadavas. See, a monarchy had the hereditary rule of kings. For example, Kosala and Magadha were monarchies. Let us learn what are the differences between a republic and monarchy. So first, let's see what is a republic. Republics functioned under the leadership of oligarchic assemblies. Okay, it is functioned under the leadership of oligarchic assemblies. And what about monarchy? Monarchy is functioned under the leadership of individuals. And here, republics, the revenue was claimed by every tribal oligarch known as Raja. And here, the revenue was claimed by the king from peasants. And here, republic, each Raja was free to maintain his own army under his Senapati. And here, every monarchy had a regular professional standing army. So these are the differences between a republic and monarchy. Now, let's learn about the administration of Mahajanapadas. See, the kings began collecting taxes in order to maintain the army, to carry out the administration, or to build forts, etc. It was necessary to carry out public welfare works like making roads, wells and canals, and also rest houses. See, taxes were collected both in cash and in kind. See, from the farmers, the tax collected was 1/6 of the produce. See, tax collection became possible because of the increased agricultural production. It was possible because of the increased agricultural production. See, the use of iron plowshares enable the farmers to dig up the clay soil so that more types of grains could be produced on large scale. The craftsmen gave taxes in kind, that is, they had to render services to the state free of cost. Similarly, the herders and hunter-gatherers also paid the king in kind. Okay, so the taxes were probably deposited with an officer called Sangrihitri. Name, it's very important, listen, the taxes were probably deposited with an officer called Sangrihitri. Okay, then this period also saw a growth in trade and commerce, resulting in growth of towns. The rulers of the Mahajanapadas maintained a big standing army to protect this large territory. Okay, and now let's have a look into the society of Mahajanapadas. Towards the end of the Vedic period, the society was divided into 4 varnas as seen here: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. See, this system of social division prevailed in the Janapadas and Mahajanapadas in a more rigid form. Here you can see Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. The Brahmins were at the top of the Varna system. They studied the Vedas and performed rites, rituals and sacrifices for the others. Okay, and the Kshatriyas came next. They protected people and fought wars. Okay, and the Vaishyas, they were the third in the Varna system. So they were generally farmers, herders or traders. And what about the last? That is Shudras. The last in the Varna system were the Shudras. They were supposed to serve the other 3 Varnas. They were supposed to serve the other 3 Varnas. They were not allowed to either study or perform sacrifices. See, this period saw the development of a complex caste system which came to be based on birth. However, time and again people have reacted strongly against the rigidity of society. It also led to the rise of new religions like Buddhism and Jainism. We will learn it in the next chapter. So this is what all about given in this chapter. Okay. So let us have a conclusion of our chapter in the form of a mind map. So this is our chapter, early states, and in this chapter we have discussed about the Janapadas and Mahajanapadas, and in Janapadas we have discussed about the Ashwamedha Yajna, and here Mahajanapadas, the types of government in Mahajanapadas and the features of the society. So let us see what is Janapadas. So the term Janapada means the area where the Jana or the community sets its foot and settle down. And what about Ashwamedha Yajna? The Ashwamedha Yajna was an important ritual mentioned in the Vedic literature, and it was performed by a king for what? To demonstrate and establish his power. So now let's learn about the Mahajanapadas. See, by about the 6th century BCE, Janapadas became large and powerful enough to be categorized the Mahajanapadas, and about 16 Mahajanapadas existed between 600 BCE and 400 BCE. And that 16 Mahajanapadas were Cambodia, then Gandhara, then Kuru, Panchala, then Vamsha, Kosala, Malla, Vaji, Kasi, then what? Magadha, Anga, Matsya, then Chedi, Ashmaka, Avandi, etc. Okay, and also we discussed about the types of government. See, the Mahajanapadas were either republics called Gana or Sangha, or then monarchy. So we also discussed about the difference between the monarchy and republic. What was republic? So it was functioned under the leadership of oligarchic assemblies, but monarchies functioned under the leadership of individuals. And also something more about these republics, that revenue was collected or claimed by every tribal oligarch called Rajas. And monarchy, yes, the revenue was claimed by the king from peasants, and also from monarchy, every monarchy has a regular professional standing army, while in republic, yes, each Raja was free to maintain his own army under his Senapati. And also we discussed about the next, that is the society. See, towards the end of the Vedic period, the society was divided into 4 Varnas, that is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. And these Brahmins were the top of the this Varna system, and they studied the Vedas and performed rites, rituals and sacrifices for others. And the Kshatriyas came next, and they protected people and fought wars. And the Vaishyas were the third in Varna system. They were generally farmers, herders or traders. And last one was, yes, Shudras. They were supposed to serve the other 3 caste people. Okay, this was all about the society. Okay, so dear kids, in your textbook, page number 43, there is given a case study of monarchy and republic. Please read it well. And it is all about the emergence of Magadha as the most powerful Mahajanapada among the 16 Mahajanapadas of that period, and about the importance of Vaji as a republic. So, happy learning, stay home, stay safe, bye bye.